how is everybody doing today? I hope you're doing well. I should have the music on, but also at the same time, I feel like I'm gonna get real distracted when I do that. But hi, I haven't seen you guys in like 2 weeks. It's insane. How are we doing? I hope you guys found ways to keep yourselves entertained. Yeah, if you noticed from the title, I went on vacation last week. First time in a long time. Honestly, I have to be honest, this is the first time I've been on a plane in the past 7 years. So, I was like really nervous getting onto the plane for the first time. And I was like, oh god, there's no reason for me to be really nervous. I trust that the engineering is all like real good and like nothing bad has happened on plane yet for me. So it's like, sure, fine. For some reason, just I was so nervous. It was really interesting to watch that happen. I need to do something else other than talking because God knows I feel uncomfortable when it's just me, so I need to do something. So I actually have coherent thoughts with me talking. Otherwise, nothing's gonna make sense. You understand what I'm saying now? Yeah, anyway. Let's do something really stupid and easy. What is this? Okay, we'll transition. We're on Cool Math Games, because it's easy and fun to do. I'd love to skip ads, but I also don't want to pay extra money. So, yeah, no. Went onto a plane, and I was like, I don't feel great. Mind you, we went at, like, midnight, right? It was I did not sleep at all on this plane. I need to tell you this now. Did not sleep at all. We got there at midnight. Cool. It's Minecraft, but Cool Math Games version. Cool. I punched a tree. I got wood. Grindcraft. This is just Minecraft. This is just a poor man's Minecraft. This is just poor man's Minecraft. It's really funny. Okay, what on earth is happening? My computer is freaking the fuck out. Yeah. Clicker heroes because it's something for me to do while also getting to talk to you guys. Jesus, loud. I love if things work. Anyway, we got there at midnight. We got to a rental car and we just drove. And then we passed the fuck out, right? Our plan was that Friday, the 21st, to immediately try to go to Disney around Rope Drop. We went to California, LA. We had family there, so we stayed with family. Didn't really hang out with them too much. I'm too awkward to talk to people anyway, so yeah, I love my family, don't get me wrong. Damn. No. 'Twas not happening. 'Twas not happening. Okay. I love how you're freaking out and you don't want to do anything. It's okay, bud. Me too. We planned to go to Disneyland at Rope Drop, which, if you don't know what Rope Drop means, it literally means we went to Disneyland as soon as it is open. And mind you, we just landed in California at 8 a.m. This is now super distracting to me. I'm gonna get out of here. I do still want music in the background, though. So, I guess I'll just talk to you. I like you guys, but I guess I have to just look at you. It's fine. What is this? I'll put the music back on. Yeah, so we got there. So we had, like, at least, what? Where we were in Corona, California. Disney reference, I guess, in there for like Rapunzel and whatnot. So we were an hour away from Disneyland. So we were like, okay, we get there at 1. We're supposed to be in bed at that time. And we planned on getting there at 8 a.m. Oh, fuck. 8 a.m. So barely any sleep. It's like at least 6 to 7 hours of sleep. That didn't happen. Instead, we woke up around 7:30, and left around 8, which is when Disneyland opens. Exactly at 8. So that was fun. Oh, that's an ad. I don't want ad. Bud. Thank you. Thank you very much. There we go. I'm really thankful that I, like, overly planned out my outfits for this vacation. Otherwise, I'm not sure I would have been able to leave half an hour later, because I am hella indecisive about anything. I decided for us going to Disneyland for one day only, mind you. One day. It was just, oh, I'm gonna Disney bound, and I'm gonna get some ears that match this Disney bound. Because I had a lounge fly, and it's my only Disney lounge fly that I own. So I'm like, okay, yeah. I'll figure something out from here. My lounge fly is like a pastel sort of astronomy type of like star constellation villains thing. Again, pastel. So I was like, okay, I can do a Disney villain. And like still somehow make this work. I decided to do Ursula because I love Ursula. One of my favorite Disney villains ever. Can I ever explain to you why? No. But I love her. I love her. So, God, I'm like blanking on everything in life. Get all dressed, and I'm like, I'm missing parts of the outfit that I had planned out, because guess what? Your girl was an idiot and completely forgot to pack some things, because even though I overly prepared this, brain was just not braining. So, we're sitting in the car, I'm all semi-dolled up. I did not wear makeup, because your girl cannot do makeup. One of these days I will teach myself how to do makeup. We're in the drive, and I'm just like, oh, finally, after so long, I finally get to go to the place that I feel happiest. Because if you don't know me, I am a huge Disney nerd. I'm sorry to say it. I'm a Disney adult, but I'm not like insane or in your face. Look at my shirt, man. I wear a lot of things that are involved like fandoms or like stuff that I just personally really like. If it looks cute and I like the thing that it is like shoving off, sure, I'll buy it. That's why I own 3 NASA shirts, and most of them are from the men's section. Okay, literally, we exit off the highway because we rented our own car. Greatest decision we ever made, to rent our own car instead of stealing my aunt's car. Literally at the stoplight that says turn this way onto Disney Boulevard, I was like, oh. And my mom kept making fun of me for that, and I was like, blame the fact that we don't go on vacation, and I love Disney. All dolled up, so we get there, and we're like, oh wow, this is a lot of people. We spent so much money just to do a single day at the parks. We had no plan of what was gonna happen at the parks. We literally only planned going to Disneyland. We did not plan what we would do at Disneyland, besides, like, maybe get ears. We possibly got other merch. I definitely bought more merch than I should have. I should do a haul video of that soon, of everything I bought on vacation, but, like, your girl has gotten real lazy, and I'm attempting to correct jet lag, which is fun for me. Yeah, no, we spent most of Disney walking around. We did do some rides. we did Star Tours, which is something my sister was really excited for. I had a basic understanding of what Star Tours was. Actual experience, though, so much more fun. But also, it was really weird the fact that Star Tours, the original Star Wars like ride that Disney created, is in Tomorrowland versus Galaxy's Edge is all the way on the other side of the park. Now I understand that's just where things happen to be. That's the space. It's fine. I just thought it was really funny that it's like you want to do Star Tours and then do the rest of Galaxy like Star Wars stuff. Yeah, no, you gotta walk at least 10 to 15 minutes all the way to the other side of the park just to be able to do the other Star Wars rides. And in the end, it's only like at least 2 other rides that have like insane wait times. And this weekend was also just like, by the way, you like sun? Here's a heat wave. Bam! Roasted. Actually roasted. I can tell you now, if I pull up my sleeve, you're gonna see like a little bit of an ombre effect on my arm. Because this part of my arm is much darker than this part. I thought it was funny. I'm like, oh, I'm an ombre of browns just on this very specified part of my arm. It's not a farmer's tan if you can't tell how sharp that line is. It's just a weird ombre. But yeah. We did Star Tours. A lot more kids on the ride than expected. And I was like, I don't know who we're gonna get. But God knows, I've been having a bit of an obsession with Mr. Obi-Wan Kenobi, so I was hoping for him, you know? I'd love to see Ewan McGregor. That man has a chokehold on me, and I've really started to just watch some more prequel stuff just to, like, see him. I don't even care about the story anymore. I was just like, let me ogle at this man. I'm like, okay, well, I thought I'd have more gay panic thoughts in Happy Gay Month. No. It's a mix of gay and really overly concerning straight things. Hence why I'm pan. I could never decide anyway. We did Star Tours. I loved the experience. Got to be in the front row, so really got to experience all that stuff. Not gonna lie, the glasses do not fit very well when you have ears. And then I also had my hair in pigtails for the day. Because I was like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, but I think this is cute. I will post over on Instagram at Funkos_ohmy. You can see those. So, we're in the front. I had to put my, literally, just a small bag under my seat. And we're just like, okay, what on earth is going to happen on Star Tours? And they're like, okay, guys, put your glasses on and let's experience this. And I was like, okay, what's happening? What's the story? Okay, C-3PO is somehow our captain and he shouldn't be. And we're just gonna go around the galaxy and see what happens. Oops, there's somebody in the crowd who may or may not be a rebel. Oh no, let's get shot out. And then we're just going about, literally zooming about the galaxy. And I was like, okay, this is fun. You actually feel all of the sort of, I don't know, turbulence is the best way of saying it. You actually feel like you're in the spacecraft, tilting and all going about. I know for a fact, because I was sitting there, I was laughing my ass off the whole time. Not scared. I was just laughing like crazy. I was essentially the Joker in the front seat. That was my vibe. I could not keep my legs planted on the ground. It was like, woo, woo, all over the place. I swear I feel like I was like, I could have been Squidward, kind of jellyfish and dancing it out on the front seat. And I'm like, I'm just trying to sit down with my little belt here and just making sure I don't fall. I'm just trying to enjoy this, but I cannot sit still to no fault of my own. And every time we had to like go into hyper speed, which was quite frequent, and I really like the effects of how they did it. We were just like, oh, okay, let's go. I was just laughing. We got to experience pod racing in this sort of weird motion blur type thing, which was a lot of fun. I got way too into it. I started screaming, let's go. If we don't win, I will scream. That's an ad in the background for Fiverr. Thank you. Back to music. For our specific Star Tours, we got Ahsoka, which I really loved. And we got The Mandalorian. And we were like, oh, there's a little frog coming up to me. Here, buddy. And then I turn and see my mom trying to smack the frog away from her. And I'm like, no! Don't hurt him! He's my boy! The kids kept screaming every time we got into hyperspeed. And I'm like, huh. I really am an adrenaline junkie. I really like speed and whatnot. If there is a perceived level of danger, I'm all in for it. So that was cool to discover about myself. Really quick experience. Very thankful that the wait time was half an hour versus the normal hour to 2 hours that you normally expect at a Disney park. That was fun. Walked out, had a little bit of motion sickness. I was like, I don't feel great, but I'm gonna tough this out because guess what? Your girl ain't a fucking quitter. I may have motion sickness, but you know what? I can keep down the little food I was eating that whole day. I bought 2 Star Wars pins. One of them was an impulse purchase. I was like trying to decide like, oh, I don't want to get too much merch from Disney, or just I don't want to get too many things to take back home with me because I was like, I don't want to like overfill my bag. So I was like, okay, I'm going to do one small thing. That did not happen. I bought so much shit. No, I got a little pin for Tatooine called Bright Suns. I swear I will do the haul video soon. And then as I was waiting at the register, I saw that they had a little Pride pin, and it's an R2-D2 sliding Pride pin. And I was like, this is the most cutest thing ever. And it's not that much more expensive than the pin I was already getting. So I was like, bam, onto the thing, and I bought it. I was like, okay, well, I spent my money. A lot of us at Disneyland was pretty much just walking around. My sister really wanted to go to It's a Small World, and I was like, okay, I mean, it's an experience inside with air conditioning. I don't care what we do. Heat was bad. Oof. We're sitting there and I'm like, I love the amount of like different outfits I see on people, how so many people were Disney bounding, and it's like a casual type of Disney bounding. So it's like, it's literally just, oh, I get the colors. You're wearing a purple shirt and a green skirt. I get it. You're Ariel. I don't need to see anything else. A lot of people dressed up as like Luca or what's his name? Oh my god, I don't remember the guy's name from Luca. The other one. The one who screams Silencio Bruno all the time. I don't remember his name. Oh my god. No, I can't be revoking my gay card this early. I mean, also, happy 626. I should have done something gay today. Because, yay, gay marriage. Fuck the United States, though. Oh no. Oh no. I've messed up on my life. Ah! No. I genuinely can't remember his name. No, it's Alberto. Alberto. See. Now I get there. I get there eventually. Not all the time, but I get there eventually. Occasionally I saw like villains, but it was like a lot of just small little things. I think I saw someone dress up as Vanellope, but I was like, oh, I get the color scheme. That was it. They just did a color scheme, maybe had a few accessories here and there, or like did their hair or something in a very specified way. Me, my Disney bound was, I'm gonna wear a purple shirt with black biker shorts, and then I had the Disney ears. I just also had like miscellaneous purple and gold jewelry. I had mostly just my earrings. The thing that really sold it for, at least for me, is I DIY'd a little necklace for that. AKA, I bought a necklace that had a gold spiral. It didn't have, like, a black thing, so I took that and I took a black choker I already had, put it together, so I was like, here we go. Here's the necklace. It's definitely not gonna fit if I actually do it as close as possible. So I'm like, trying not to choke myself, but it's a choker, so yeah. Going through It's a Small World, really pretty. The song is fucking annoying. I'm not gonna lie. When you just kind of sit through and like, it's a small world after all, right? And the only thing that was going through my mind is, where is Timon and Pumbaa singing It's a Small World? Because I was just thinking about Lion King 1.5. I've watched that movie way too many times that I'm like, I know this scene for scene in my head. I can replay that. But it was nice to see the one Filipina animatronic in It's a Small World. But she's in the Pacific Islander section and not the Asian section, which I guess Filipinos could be described as Pacific Islander, because we do come from a country that's made up at least 3,000 islands in the Pacific Ocean. But like, actual classification for Filipino is more Asian, so it was weird. But hey, I love to see her in her little Filipiniana. It was very cute. She didn't sing. She literally just stood there, and I was like, I am serving cunt. And I was like, okay, love that for you. I like seeing all of the other little add-ins along the way, and I was like, oh, hey! I did not expect to see Ariel in one of those sections. And the fact that she's the first thing that you see in that Small World section, and then you see the actual people from that sort of, I guess, grouping. I was not expecting that, but cute. What you don't expect from It's a Small World, right, is when you're leaving that little area where you're just kind of waiting around, and then you get there, you will bump into the other boats so much, and it's like, oh, okay, that's happening. Not fun. Oh, we tried to go into Toontown and ride Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. Never been there. Never been on the ride. I just know of it, and I thought it was really cool. I like the idea of using projections as well as animatronics to tell the story. Just wanted to see what it's like. And we got through the line. Unfortunately, when we were like at least a good bit away, we couldn't actually tell where we were in line. Due to complications, the ride shut down. Well, not really shut down. They had to like be like, hey, there's some technical difficulties happening. If you want to stay in line and wait, it's fine. If you want to leave, follow the way to the exit, which is go right back through the front. And a lot of people kept trying to leave through, what was it? They kept trying to leave through emergency exits that weren't going anywhere. It got to the point where the actual cast members who were a part of the ride, or at least were helping out with the ride, had to like come to these different sections and just be like, hey, no, you can't use that as an exit. It's not a real exit. Just go all the way to the beginning. So that was sad. That was the half hour that we didn't do with my mother. My mother is old and she can't walk as much. So yeah, Disney was not a great day for her. But yeah, what else? What else did we do? We walked around so much. We did Jungle Cruise. Jungle Cruise is always fun. I like the skippers. I like the amount of jokes they make. They're all really cheesy. And it makes sense. And thank you to Disney Plus with the whole behind the attractions things, knowing that how much work was put into making the Jungle Cruise ride what it is. I appreciate it so much more. And like, the skippers are the ones that really make the ride what it is. So if you don't have a good skipper for Jungle Cruise, you're really just kind of missing out on the whole experience. But hey, like a lot of water was sprayed at my back on Jungle Cruise, and they're like, no, it's okay. It's not really water that he's spraying at you. And I was like, well, that's fun. That's just on my back now. For the brief, like, 5 minutes that wasn't planned for the skipper because we were just waiting to leave the ride. They were like, ha 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 ha. So, and just kept making jokes about like, hey, so I'm going to give you a tour of the dock. As you see, the dock where people are standing on, that is made of wood. And you'll see the balcony above it where the people are standing to get into line. You want to know what that's made out of? It's made out of wood. Let's clap for the wood. And they're like, okay, get out. I don't want you here anymore. Bye. It was really cute. I liked her, Skipper. What else did we do? We ended up walking around a lot. I think we walked around the park at least 2 to 3 times in almost every section. And I cannot stop thinking about one merch item that I did not get from Galaxy's Edge that I am gonna try to wait to see if it goes on sale on Disney.com. It is a Star Wars hilt. What is it? Star Wars hilt water bottle. So obviously it's a regular water bottle. It's kind of like those screen canister water bottles that you've been seeing around when it comes to like Disney merch. But it's very specified to obviously Star Wars. It looks like, I want to say, a Sith Lord's type of hilt. It's about this big. A lot more black and silver. So hence why I want to say Sith Lord. But I'm like, it doesn't really match to anyone's actual lightsaber hilt that I can think of from any of the Star Wars media. So I'm like, I think it's just a basic thing, but I'm like, it's so cute and I wish I got it, but I didn't. It's fine. I also saw a Spirit jersey, a light blue Spirit jersey, where I think Princess Leia is interacting with Grogu. On the back it says Star Wars. Also gonna wait for that to go on sale because your girl has no self-control. Yeah, it was good. The food at Disneyland is okay. I'm not gonna lie. It's okay at best. Okay, yeah, that is an ad for Inside Out 2. Watched Inside Out 2 last week. Definitely cried. Anxiety. Maya Hawke did great as Anxiety. My sister and I were like saying, yeah, no, Anxiety is very much me. It's not fun being in my mind sometimes. Okay. That's Disneyland. We stayed until like 7:30. It very much just consisted of us walking around in the park. We did see the Magic Happens parade. Aurora's dress in the Magic Happens parade is gorgeous. It is stunning. It is a color-changing fabric. So in certain aspects where she's like swishing around her dress, it can look blue or pink. Or at the same time, both, depending on how the dress is being laid. That's really cool. I was like, oh, I love that. And then the cast members who dressed up as the fairies for the Magic Happens float were actually on these platforms that kept like moving them up and down, but also in a circle, kind of like a carousel, but on a float in a much more enclosed space. And I'm like, you don't really see where they're standing. You don't know where they're getting the support to make sure they don't fall. But that was cool. I loved Magic Happens. I love the fact that Kristoff in the Magic Happens parade, no matter how short it is actually going up to people and like interacting with them and talking with them and just be like, have you seen Anna? I've been trying to find her. And I'm like, dude, if you just looked in front of you, she's right there. He's like, yeah, no, there she is. I've always missed her just that bit. I love that. Okay. So that was Friday. That was Disneyland. Yes, it was just a lot of walking. We did occasionally eat. God, I got so much Disney ice cream. Finally tried Dole Whip for the first time ever. I like Dole Whip. I had twist Dole Whip, so it was mango and pineapple. Loved that. Very crowded. My social anxiety was not doing great when I had to like stand in big crowds. But if I had something to distract me, I'm off. Like, I'm fine. And thank God there was always something to look at, something to distract my mind from where I was physically. So, wasn't doing too bad. And so that was Friday. Saturday. Man, I woke up early. I woke up at 5 on Saturday. I woke up at 5 a.m. on a Saturday. I hate that for myself. And I got ready for the day, and then we didn't do anything. we didn't even leave the house until 9:30. So I was just on my phone while it was charging. Just kind of like, happy Saturday to me. I've spent the first 4 hours of my Saturday in the bed on my phone. Love that. Then we went out to this buffet. It was a Filipino food buffet, so all of the stuff is like Filipino breakfast food. There's a lot of shit, and I was like, I'm all here for it. I love this. I don't always really like Filipino food, mostly just because I grew up with this thing. If I'm going on vacation somewhere, why on earth am I eating something that I'm making at home? You know? But this is the best version of it, so I can't complain. I literally, so I guess it's funny now that I'm looking back on it, but I was really annoyed at the time. I went to get juice from the little container up front, just like a little water dispenser. So I went to get juice. I filled it up, not too much, and then I turned around and a woman literally ran into me, spilled half of my juice, and majority of it is on her. She doesn't even say sorry. She just continues running in her direction. Like, she looks at me, looks what happened, and then runs away to the other side of the room. And I was like, okay, well, I'm going back to my seat. It's fine. The staff does clean it up, the little spill, but I was like, wow, this is a 50-year-old woman running in a buffet. Wow, y'all have no fucking manners. Love that. Love that for you. So that happened. After breakfast, we went to Funko Hollywood, which is something I've been dying to do for the longest time ever. I'm really happy we went. Oh, it's so much fun. I did post my mini travel vlogs on TikTok, Instagram, and surprise, surprise, I finally made some YouTube shorts from that. So if you want to see essentially mini vlogs of my days on vacation, go check it out on my other social media platforms. I can now promote myself. Yay. Funko Hollywood, I did a pop yourself. A lot of fun. A lot cheaper than expected. I'm not gonna lie. I thought it would be like 60 plus. No, it was only 30. And I would have to pay extra if I wanted a pop protector. But I'm like, I own 7 pop protectors and I did not have to pay extra last time because I was lucky. I found them out in the wild. So I'm like, okay, I just want the pop. She's really cute. I swear to God, I will make those shopping haul videos soon. I need to make those haul videos. And then I walked around the store. I loved Funko Hollywood. You can take pictures with everything, and I love the different sets they have for the different franchises that they do. They had a Disney villains chair where you can, obviously you're sitting on a throne surrounded by these Disney villains that are twice your size, and I'm like, I don't know how to feel. I feel so tiny. I'm normally quite tiny anyway. I'm 4'11", but I'm like, wow. If this is what normal people height is like on these Funko Pops in these structures, I'm in trouble. Also, I loved going into the Star Wars section because you actually feel like you're going through like a cantina out in the wild, like if it was a cantina out on Tatooine. It was so cool. I loved it so much. A little upset that I couldn't try to take pictures with say Obi-Wan or Darth Vader or Luke Skywalker because they didn't make giant versions of them. They made giant versions of the droids and other, not lesser known characters, but if you know type of characters, you know? So I was like, okay, cool. I did buy another Obi-Wan pop because of course I did, and I went back and forth on whether or not I wanted to buy him because I'm like, I technically speaking, I have you as a Padawan, I have you as a Valentine's Day pop. Do I need version of you from your TV series? Yes, I do, and I bought him. I went into the horror section of the Funko Hollywood store, and I was like, oh my God, my favorite movie is represented in here. So, okay. My favorite movie of all time is Corpse Bride. I love stop motion movies so much. I think there is something so special about Corpse Bride where you can take something that seems so macabre in nature and find beauty in it and find a way to tell a story that's heart-wrenching. I love Corpse Bride. And I was like, oh my god, I found pops for Corpse Bride after so long. So of course I had to get Emily the Corpse Bride. They only had Emily and like a t-shirt blacklight version of her. So I was like, I want the original because god, she's gorgeous. I love her. I love the amount of detail they put into it where they actually have parts of her decaying body showed. So you actually have her body, the holes where you would see the skeletons. Hell, they even included the maggot in like a little detail, and I was like, oh, Emily! Ah! I am so happy I bought her too. Did not go. There's a mirror in the Funko Hollywood horror section, right? Occasionally, something will come out to jump scare you in like some sort of green light, and it is very faded. Not faded, like you can tell the details, but it's not like super in your face. I think it's a projection of sorts, but I'm not the expert here. Avoided the mirror because I was like, I'm not trying to get jump scared and drop my pops. So, literally walked around so much. I loved Funko Hollywood. I want to go back already. I'm okay. My one issue with Funko Hollywood is that it is a cashless store, as in you can only buy stuff from Funko Hollywood using a card. Because I'm like, I have a lot of cash. Do I have stuff in my bank account? Is another issue. I have some. Not a lot, but like I have some. So I was like, okay. I mean, I got my stuff. I got the stuff I wanted. Let's see. I was like, I planned out my habits based off of cash and not using my card, so I was like, it's fine. A little upset about that, but it's fine. I have what I want, and I love them so much. Afterwards, what did I do after Funko Hollywood Saturday? I went to Seafood City, which, again, super Filipino of me and my family, but like, the only time you ever see a Seafood City is either in California or in the motherland, you know? So, as much as you want to go be able to do Seafood City, you can't. For those of you not in the know, aka my non-Filipino brethren, Seafood City is literally a grocery store where you can also eat. So, if you've gone to a place like H Mart, it's something similar to that. I say H Mart, if you haven't been to stuff like that, think Costco, but for Filipinos. It's that type thing. But it's not a warehouse store. It's a grocery store where you also happen to be able to eat like hot, cold food, stuff like that. That's Seafood City. Very happy with the barbecue I got there. The fact that I was like, I don't know what to get. I got the combo, and I was like, the woman who did my barbecue, thank you so much for giving me extra barbecue sauce on mine. It made my day. I loved it. I think, okay, we went back to my aunt's house after Seafood City, just because all of the adults who were with us were kind of tired. Oh, I guess I'm technically an adult, right? No, so my parents and family friends / tita were getting tired because, you know, they're all old. They're all like late 50s to late 60s. That quite literally baby boomers. They're quite literally boomers born in that time period. Right. They were getting tired, so we're like, okay, we gotta go back home and let them rest. Okay, that's another ad in the background. Love that for me. Okay. Okay. My sister wanted to take a nap because she has not been able to sleep well. Was not able to sleep well for 2 days because she, like, one, she drove us from the airport to our aunt's house, and then she had to pick up my dad and our family friend earlier that day from the airport as well. So yeah, she was not getting to bed until like 1 to 2 a.m. and then waking up super early afterwards. So she was not getting sleep. She ended up taking like a 2-hour nap, and that was fine. I was awake the whole time on my phone. Again, I could have been posting more, but I just didn't. Sorry. Um she decided after she woke up from her brief nap, hey, let's get In-N-Out, cuz I've never had In-N-Out before. And our aunt was like super into like, hey, if you're gonna get In-N-Out, you have to eat it there. You have to eat it fresh. There's no other way to experience In-N-Out except at the freshest as possible at location. If you do it otherwise, it's sacrilegious. And I was like, oh, okay, I guess we'll do that. So we drove to In-N-Out. We drove to the closest In-N-Out. Man, that drive-through line was insane. Where you're like in the parking lot, if you want to park close to the In-N-Out, you actually had to make sure to plan out how you would leave, because the drive-through line was actually like blocking out some people from being able to leave in the parking lot. I don't know, man. It was weird. We go in. Man, the majority of the people working at that In-N-Out were mostly men. Interesting observation. I counted like at least 3 women working there, but it's mostly men. And every time we had to interact with one of the workers there, the most weird, like, it was an insane amount of eye contact where it's just like, hi, I'm looking directly at you. I'm looking directly into the windows of your soul. Hi. How can I help you today? I'm like, okay. I don't need to know what your eyes, I don't need to know the different colors that are in your eyes. It was really weird with the amount of eye contact that they were doing. Overly intense. But I was like, okay. That's a thing. And that's fine. If that's what you were trained to do, cool. You're just making me wildly uncomfortable. And my sister was also feeling uncomfortable about that. I was like, I thought it was just a me thing. Thank God. Relatively quick service. I have to say this now. Please don't tell me I revoke my East Coast card, but I like In-N-Out so much more than Shake Shack. I'm sorry. In-N-Out actually kind of tastes better than Shake Shack. I'm not gonna lie. Even the shakes are pretty, like, so much better than Shake Shacks. I feel like I'm committing a sin against the people of the East Coast by saying that, yeah, no, ours is pretty mid. Shake Shack is kind of mid. In-N-Out, it's pretty good. Like, I like it more, and that's not my favorite thing ever. Yeah. Thick shakes, like thick with 3 C's. But I'm like, I like the flavor. God, I can't say words. I liked it so much better. I really enjoyed dipping the fries in my shake. It was fun. And then we also had to get food for the rest of our family. And we're like, okay. We decided to go through the drive-thru instead because we already walked out, and it'd be awkward for us to go back up and order again through in person. So we did the drive-thru. We paid and we got our food, and we had to like park in front to see, okay, did they get everything in our order? Surprise, surprise, they did not actually get everything in our order. We were missing a whole bag of fries. So I had to walk back in and just be like, hey, guy who did intense eye contact with me the first time when I picked up my order, when I ordered inside. Hey, hi buddy, how you doing? we're missing some parts of our order. Is everything okay? He was like, oh, okay. Not even like 5 seconds later, he gets it, and I was like, okay, why couldn't you do that the first time? But thanks. Appreciate you so much. And I beelined it out of there because I was like, I do not need the intense eye contact. Ugh. It makes me so uncomfortable. I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it for Saturday. Sunday, let's see. Well, Sunday we didn't really do much. We just kind of roamed around LA. We did do Walk of Fame. Found out where Guy Fieri's star on the Walk of Fame is. It's right by Funko Hollywood. So that's fun. Obviously had to get the stereotypical merch because we were buying stuff for other people. We went to K-Town actually on Sunday. We went to a Korean barbecue spot for lunch on that Sunday. That was fun. I very much enjoyed that Korean barbecue spot. It was Gandam Street 107, I think it was the name of it. It's somewhere. I have the video somewhere. I don't remember the name. But what I liked about that Korean barbecue spot is that you could actually get up and pick some of the food yourself from their little like buffet line and like get kimchi, other pickled stuff, macaroni salad and whatnot. You could get that there. And if you wanted like some extra special stuff like brisket, say, you could order. But in general, most of the food you can actually just pick it up yourself. That was great. Okay. What do we do after that? I think we couldn't figure out what to do because we were full of food. We went to Paris Baguette and just bought bread because why not? Then we went to the Los Angeles Convention Center because that's where my dad was, because that was the whole reason why he was traveling to LA. He was part of like a whole event thing for the religious church group that we're in, and they were celebrating like an anniversary. I don't remember how long LA's been together. I know it's definitely past 30. So yeah, they were celebrating that. We just went to the LA Convention Center purely because, well, I want to sit down somewhere. Yeah, Sunday wasn't eventful. As soon as it was done, we left the convention center around like 4 o'clock, like 3:30, 4 o'clock, and we gave away the rental car, and we went back to the airport. Our flight was at 9:30, and we got there at 4:30. So we had time to kill for 5 hours. Honestly, just kind of sat around. We got coffee. We got some snacks to bring with us to the flight. And that was it. Just kind of chilling out. We went back. So going to LA, we were on JetBlue. Going back home with a connecting flight, we did United. I love JetBlue for an airline because they kept feeding us snacks and beverages, and it was all free. And they actually had like in-flight entertainment that was free. They had the screens for it, so you could actually watch something. I was like, okay, yeah, I like this. I like JetBlue. A lot more space, even if it does still kind of feel like you're a little bit like a sardine, kind of jam-packed in there. I was like, I'm pretty comfortable, and I don't feel bad. Did not get motion sickness with JetBlue. United, however, no snacks. The only free thing they have is pretty much beverages. And I was like, such a rough time. Now, one, we got delayed by half an hour just getting onto the plane. And then I was like, I had somebody behind me the whole flight just kind of kicking my seat. And I'm like, dude, we're leaving from 9:30, getting to Washington at 5 a.m. And the entire 4 to 5 hour like airplane ride, this girl behind me is just kicking my seat. I don't know if she was kicking my seat, but I definitely felt like she was doing something to my chair. And then I was like, I could never feel comfortable. So I was like, as much as I would love to get some rest, I could not. Because I had her, and I was like, oh man, I think I'm really hungry because I didn't eat anything before this. So I was like, my body hates me for some reason, and I can't tell you why. I assumed it's just because of the fact that, like, oh, I normally try my best to, like, eat at least 3 meals a day. Otherwise, my acid reflux hates me, and, like, my body ends up going into a state of, like, please, we need food, we're gonna fight you. So, like, okay, fine. Makes sense. So then we got there, we get to Washington on our where we're heading to our connected flight. We actually managed to shave down a few minutes, so we actually got there to our connecting flight on time. A little bit before boarding actually, so I was like, cool. Don't have to wait here too long. But I was like, I finally got some food. I got a wrap from the nearby store by the airport, the only place that was open at the time. And I was, thank God that our connecting flight, the gate was like literally right across. So, didn't have to run like a maniac through the airport. Literally just had to cross. Got a wrap, and I was like, okay, we're fine. Not gonna lie, the first airplane landing with United for that connecting flight, real rough landing. And I was like, oh, everybody woke up from the pilot trying to land the plane into where our connecting flight was. And I was like, this is not fun. I didn't like that. I found out who was kicking my seat, and I was like, you seem like early to mid 20s, aka same age as me. Why were you being such a dick by kicking a person's seat? And I was like, literally, I found like the one time I left that entire plane ride just to go to the bathroom and I was walking back and I saw the person behind me. I was like, you're literally kicking my seat to get more comfortable, to like find a position that's more comfortable for you to sleep in, versus not even thinking about, hey, you're not the only person on this flight. Of course, we all want to be comfortable, but obviously, with the way these chairs are set up, you're not going to be able to lay down. You were trying to do that and not being mindful. Like, I'm not the only person's seat you're kicking. Like, I can see your seatmates are, like, trying to avoid you, because it seems like you were also, like, taking up their space. I'm like, that just seems like a jerk move. But hey, you do you, boo. Yeah, second flight, only an hour long, because I'm like, oh, it's only to, like, obviously, I live in Jersey. I live in New Jersey. I'm not gonna deny that. I've said this before. So we're going from Washington to Newark. Short flight, it's about an hour. It's fine. And I'm like, I still feel awful. I feel even worse than before, and I'm like, oh, I think I'm experiencing motion sickness. I think I'm having motion sickness. And I was like, oh, I've never had to deal with this before. I thought I was fine. Nope, for the past 2 flights on getting back home, past midnight, the reason I could not get to sleep, even though I really wanted to, the reason why I was just feeling the worst type of way possible, where I'm like, I'm shaking, but I also feel like I can't keep anything down in my stomach right now. Oh, it's motion sickness from this plane. Yeah. Yeah. I don't love that for me. And again, plane's over. We land. Again, the roughest landing I've ever experienced on an airplane. United, the fuck? I was not expecting that. But I was like, okay, I can actually feel the moment. When the plane hits, like the plane wheels actually hit the pavement, and I could feel all the little bumps and little cracks, all the little rocks on the runway. I could feel it. I was like, I did not enjoy that, but hey, we're back home. Never had to do that again. Fun. Yeah, and then I've been spending the last 2 days trying to get over some jet lag from LA. Now we're here. I did thoroughly enjoy my trip to LA. I would love to do it again. Very much what I've learned is like I really like traveling. I need to invest in Dramamine or some sort of motion sickness medication if I ever go flying again / when. God, I want to visit other Disney parks. I would love to do Disney World next. I would love to finally be able to get on Space Mountain for the first time in my life. I was so sad I couldn't get to go to Space Mountain first in Disneyland because I was like, oh, this is the original. Oh, sad bean. But it's fine. I mean, an hour-long wait in the sun with an elderly human being with us, it was not going to work out well. It's fine. Next time. I could always, next time, then buy merch, and then I remember that memory forever. It's fine. But I was like, LA was fun. I don't know if I would ever consider living there, but I'm like, hey, I realize I really like traveling. I really like being able to go out and do stuff. Because that was the only time for 3 days in a row where I was actually getting out of the house and doing something. Even if it's just as simple as fucking around in a store. Or just kind of walking about and seeing what's happening. Or just doing something. I love that. As much of an introvert as I am, I don't like interacting with a lot of people. I loved actually getting out and doing stuff. I think it's just the depression finally breaking through. Yeah. But I also was like, okay, yeah, I can't imagine being satisfied staying here in my hometown forever. So as much as I love Jersey and I love the amount of things I can do here, man, this trip really made me realize, I was like, I want to live somewhere else than where I currently am. That's it. That's all I can say. So, yeah. I don't know if I would be interested in living in California, LA, that type of location. Like, I'm fine with the heat. I don't mind it at all. And, like, I know I'm a little bit of a passenger princess. I realize this now about myself. It's mostly just because I don't really get the chance to drive as much as I'd like to. But I'm like, I can drive. And I think I'm a pretty decent driver, right? I've only ever gotten into a minor car accident, which the police have deemed was not my fault. And hey, I mean, since that minor accident, my whole left side of my body has not been the same as it used to be, but it's fine. We're fine. But no, I'm a pretty decent driver. I've never caused anything serious on the road, so I'm like, yeah. I like LA. I like California as a vacation spot. I don't know if I've ever considered living there for myself, but definitely gives me the idea of like, hey, I want to explore other places. Because, hey, maybe I can find a place where I feel the most at home elsewhere. Here's a little fun thing that I did. I haven't finished because I'm like stuck on a question right now. But hey, I started making a dating profile. That's fun. I filled out like general, like, stuff about me. Here's what I have to figure out. The question that I've got stuck on this dating profile is, what type of person are you looking for? Now it's not saying, hey, what are you looking for? Because I'm pansexual. Men, women, trans, non-binary, like anybody. I will take anybody at this point. Not at this point, but like I like anyone. Anyone and everything. It's fine. I have no, I have very specified types when it comes to men, and then women is all fair game. If you're androgynous, though, and I will have so many panics, and I will ask you to help to teach me how the fuck do I dress a little bit more androgynously in a way that I don't know, helps me with my thing, because I'm like, I really like using they them pronouns, but I'm like, I've been using she her pronouns. A lot of people just refer to me as she her for a long time, so I'm like, it'd be weird to try to change it now, because I don't mind it. I think I kind of prefer they them more. I don't know. I'll let you know when that changes. As of right now, still going with she they. But yeah, no, it's asking like, what type of person am I looking for in terms of a romantic partner? And I'm like, I have no clue. I don't know how to write this in at least 100 characters, maybe a little more. I started something, and then I was like, I don't think this is accurate to what I actually want. And I'm like, since then, I've been trying to figure out, what do I actually want from a relationship? What do I want in terms of like a romantic partner? I'm like, I don't think I'm picky. But in general, I'm like, hey, if you've seen the movie Elemental, right? I very much see myself in Ember, aka the main character from Elemental. Where it's like, oh yeah, no. Kind of figuring out like, hey, I don't know what I really want. I've never really had the moment to ask myself what it is I really want, because I've been spending my entire life listening to what other people say I should want. Now getting to the point where it's like, hey, you need to make your own decisions. You need to figure stuff out for yourself. I've got nothing. I really don't know what to do. That's been my thing for the past year. So when I barely know what I want for myself, how on earth am I supposed to figure out what the hell I want in a romantic partner? So I'm like, hey, can someone be the Wade Ripple to my Ember Lumen? Like, just someone who is supportive, who is emotionally healthy, and is able to, like, openly and honestly communicate with me. I feel like that's asking too much, though. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I'm just like, hey, I have my hyperfixations. You have to be okay with my hyperfixations. Like, obviously, have your stuff. I have my stuff, but we should at least have something in common. I don't know. Or, like, hey, please be as excited about life, as excited about learning new things, not just about yourself, but about the world at large with me. It's hard to, like, formulate into words what exactly it is I want. Like, I've never been in a relationship in my life. I've never been on a date at all. I don't think I've ever been on, maybe group dates, but those are like more with all friends, and it's just like, oh yeah, I know you. It's like, hey, this person maybe likes you. I'm like, cool. We spend time together, but we're also in a group. So I'm like, I've never been in a relationship. I've never been on a date in my life. How on earth am I supposed to know what I want from a relationship if I've never experienced anything? So I'm like, I have no clue how to answer this question that this dating app wants me to say, because based off how I answer this question, using its AI systems, they're supposed to help me match to my perfect partner of sorts. Although I don't like the idea of using perfection in terms of people, because no one's perfect. You can always grow and change and be better people anyway. That is if you want to. So I'm like, I don't know how to answer this. I barely know a lot about myself. How on earth am I supposed to say, oh, I want this, I want this, and I want this, and I'm like, I don't care how you look like. If you are taking care of yourself, great. For me, I just care about your personality. Are you a decent human being? And if so, cool. What do we have in common? Let's figure it out. Like, I don't know. I feel like I want Like, let's start off on a basis of friendship and then see if anything could happen from there. But I'm also like, I know I have my own traumas, I guess, of saying. So I'm like, for me, back in my mind, where I'm like, I don't think I deserved to be loved. Or at least I feel like I need to earn the idea of someone loving me unconditionally. Because that is the only type of love I'm used to. You know? And I don't mean in a romantic sense. I just mean in general. Where I'm like, I have to be useful in some way. I have to show you that I am worthy of this. So that you continue to choose to be in my life. But, I'm trying to be nicer to myself where I'm like, no, I inherently deserve to be loved unconditionally. No matter what I do. No matter what happens. Okay. Whether or not I believe that is the issue half the time, so it's like, I don't know what to do. I mean, I never thought I'd get so hung up on how to answer a question for a dating app in my life. But then again, I guess in my hopeless romantic fantasies, I never really imagined myself using dating apps. I always hoped I'd meet someone in person. But then I remember I am an introverted, sad human being that doesn't like a lot of interaction with people, so it's hard. So I'm like, yeah, the only way I would meet a person is through dating apps. But I'm like, I don't know. I feel like I'm in a state of like, I don't know versus this is something I want and I want to try to see what happens here. But like, just I feel like I'm gonna get hung up on details where it's like, you're fine, but it's not the thing I want, or at least the thing I think I should want. I feel like I'm getting way too philosophical right now. I'm sorry for that, but it's like, what do I do? What's going on here? I had so many things happening where I'm like, I also don't know whether or not I actually know how to flirt with people that I actually do like. Cause like, that, I don't know. A lot of people have liked me or have said that, oh, you were flirting with me and I was getting mixed signals. And I was like, dude, I was just talking to you. I knew you had an interest in this thing. And I was like, hey, tell me more. If this is something that's interesting to you, I'd like to learn more about it. Because, like, there's got to be a reason why you're interested in it, right? So it's like, why wouldn't I want to know as, like, someone who's getting to know you as a friend type thing, right? And apparently that's taking us flirting. And I was like, what? Me getting to know you as a human being just because I want to understand how you and your mind work is apparently flirting. But if I intentionally want to flirt with someone, I can't say words. I can't say jack shit. I don't know, man. The idea of dating is something that I'm like, I'm open to. But I have no idea how the fuck I'm supposed to go about it anyway. If you have any sort of advice, I'd love to hear it. I fear if I ever try to go on Reddit and ask for advice, I worry about whether or not I'm going to end up in those Reddit stories. So I'm like, I don't think I have a crazy life, but I know some crazy things have happened. Hello, ad. I like pretzels. Do you like pretzels? Pretzels are good. Yeah, no, because I'm like, nothing, I guess, inherently crazy has ever really happened to me. I know things that have happened. Like the one time with friends. No, at a party with just friends. Two of them ended up sneaking out to have sex together, while the rest of us, surprise, surprise, were trying to play hide and seek throughout the house. And you're like, hey, we haven't checked this room yet, and we're still trying to find at least one person. And, like, the guys are like, hey, we'll go open this door. Like, we'll go check inside. They open it, and they're literally in the middle of having sex. And, like, they immediately slam the door, and they're like, nope, nope, walking away. And I was like, huh? What happened? What was there? So I kept trying to go into the door. I kept trying to go into the room, and they're like, nope, nope, you don't want to see that. Please, please, we want to keep your eyes as innocent as possible. I'm like, dude, we live in the age of the internet. No one is completely innocent. They're like, no, really, you don't want to see it. You don't want to see it. And they just kept trying to drag me away. They dragged me up the stairs from the basement. Because it was just a separate room in the basement where they snuck off to. And, like, everyone was, like, the guys were slowly but surely trying to get the rest of us, aka the girls, away from this room. Because whatever was happening. Because apparently 2 of our friends were having sex. I did not find out about that until... let's see, that was a junior year of high school, senior... I want to say 1 to 3 years. At least 3 years. At least 3 years. Finally found that out. I was like, oh, well that explains it. Oh no. No. I'm still friends with at least one of those people, so I'm like, hey bud, if you're watching this, sorry for calling you out on that, but like, you gotta admit, that's a crazy ass story. The fact that, like, you invited your entire friend group to your house purely to hang out and have a party, and then snuck away with your girlfriend to fuck her, didn't tell anyone, and also you didn't lock the room you were fucking her in, while the rest of us, as 17-year-old kids, were playing hide and seek in your house. And you traumatized 2 of our guy friends who I'm pretty sure we no longer talk to them anymore. Dude. I also had to find out from you that yes, there was a lock on that door. You just forgot about it. My brother in Christ, the fuck? If you're gonna do that, at least remember to lock the door. Glad you used protection at least. I don't know. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I think. Well, it's definitely past the 1 hour mark. If you like me, if you like listening to whatever weird things I want to say, please hit the follow button if you haven't already. We are currently at 35 followers. We are trying to hit 45 soon. I do have a little goal in mind for at 45. We're gonna build some Legos together. It's a Lego Star Wars set. It's just in a small baggie off to the side. Okay, my throat is hurting me. I may or may not be getting sick, so this is fun. Thank you all for coming to today's stream. I think I've yapped as much as I could today. Tomorrow, figure out what to do tomorrow. So, thank you for coming to today's stream. If you enjoyed anything I've done, please hit the follow button here on Twitch. If you're watching over on YouTube, please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. It's all entirely free, all these buttons. You can follow me over on TikTok. I mostly mess around with filters, occasionally post mini vlogs and shopping hauls, and mystery unboxings. That's at Kai_omai. Follow me over on Instagram, where I mostly post about my Funko Pop collection. Yeah. And occasionally repost stuff from TikTok. That's at Funkos_omai on Instagram. Follow me over on YouTube, where I mostly just post VODs from these streams. That's also at Kai_omai. I finally made my first ever shorts. It's literally just the travel vlogs from my vacation. So, yay. I think the invite for the Discord should still be working. So if you want to join the Discord, it's also linked in the bio. Yay. I think that's all of the social media accounts I have. Yeah. Yeah. One of these days, I swear I should stream longer than I normally do. But I kind of run out of things to say to you guys. And as much as I love hanging out with you guys, a girl can only yap on forever. And I really think I may or may not be getting sick at this moment. Which is not great. But it might be happening. Anyway, please expect to see my merch haul. Well, not really merch haul, but like my haul videos from my, or at least haul video. It's a single video. Expect to see that haul video of everything I got from vacation soon. I swear I will do it. I need to put the reminders on my phone so that I actually fucking do shit for once. But yeah, thank you guys for coming. I do appreciate you guys. Thank you for letting me yap about my vacation, but also letting me yap about fucking like a dating app thing that I don't know, man. It's anything that comes to mind. Thank you for coming to today's stream. Happy 626. I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye, guys. Bye. Bye.